Channel NITT viewers, I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. So today we're going to do an ENTJ MBTI episode, and as an ENTJ, I can tell you, ENTJ is one of the most unpopular MBTI types. It is also one of the least searched MBTI types in Quora. But of course, if you really have a true connection and experience with an ENTJ, you will know that the ENTJ is totally a good being. Good being?
And it's more than you ever know.
Well, one of the reasons why the ENTJ is so unpopular is that the ENTJ is very brutally honest. But in our world, a lot of people just want to hear the good stuff. Or even if you want to put something negative across, you have to totally decorate it.
Oh baby, I don't wanna know.
But unfortunately, the ENTJ does not like to do that. It's not that the ENTJ can't do that, it's just that they find it meaningless for them to do that. It's also to the ENTJ a waste of time.
Just don't waste my time, 'cause you're on my mind.
So another reason why the ENTJ is so unpopular is because of the stereotypical image of the ENTJ being mean and demanding.
And that's right, I'm the one that's tattooed on his arm. I'm bossy.
But if you really had the opportunity to know an ENTJ well, then you would know that the ENTJ is not like that. The ENTJ is really generous when it comes to sharing knowledge and can be really a very easy person to work with. We need to take note that an ENTJ is an ENTJ because of his or her cognitive stacks. The way they prefer to think and analyze things and approach issues is what makes them an ENTJ.
That's what makes you beautiful.
So a lot of people may not have experience with the ENTJ because the ENTJ is considered a rare type. So their understanding of the ENTJ is that the ENTJ is a commander or a dictative leader. Well, this is totally not true. Because if every leader is an ENTJ, then all the presidents and prime ministers in the world must have been ENTJs. So the reality in the world is not all ENTJs rise to the top. So in most cases, there will be a lot of ENTJs in your circle. They may be supervisors and managers. They may not even be one. So there are definitely going to be ENTJs in your life. This episode features how do you make the best use of an ENTJ. So in other words, what is a ENTJ good for?
Here's my number, so call me maybe.
So here I have a list of 4 items that you can use an ENTJ for. Although I use the word use like in the context of making use, but an ENTJ, if he really treats you like a friend or a comrade, then he will gladly offer his services to you. So if you have an ENTJ friend, make use of him for these 4 reasons. Number 1, when you need brutal, good, constructive advice, look for an ENTJ. The ENTJ will tell you the honest truth. So let's say you have an assignment and you want to know whether it's good or not, let the ENTJ read it. The ENTJ will be able to tell you whatever points there are that are not up to standard. In this way, you definitely can improve and score higher for your assignment. So in your personal life, you can also ask the ENTJ what are some things that you can improve on. The ENTJ himself or herself will also appreciate your honest feedback. Because most people actually misconceive the ENTJ as a narcissist. But a true ENTJ, a true mature ENTJ is very motivated to upgrade himself or herself What is that? Okay, the second thing that an ENTJ is good for is when there is a leaderless group and a task needs to be done. The ENTJ, if he or she is in the group, will definitely rise to the occasion and take ownership of becoming the leader of the group.
So won't you rise to the occasion?
In other words, yes, the ENTJ is a natural leader. So you can go to a group and if something needs to be done, the ENTJ will entirely take over. So if you have a situation where you need a group objective to be achieved, as long as you have an ENTJ inside the group, don't even need to worry, the ENTJ will take care of everything. Why? That's not because they are attention seeking, it's because of their love for efficiency. So instead of wasting time, which means a loss of efficiency, the ENTJ believes that once he takes the lead, things can get moving and going, and therefore, voila, the objective can be reached at a faster rate. A lot of people don't understand this and will have the impression that the ENTJ is full of themselves. And of course, the ENTJ can be a good follower as well. However, the leader must be a good leader or an effective leader. So number 3, which is related to both point number 1 and point number 2 is, with an ENTJ in a group, you can be quite sure that the phenomenon groupthink does not happen. So groupthink is a psychological phenomenon which happens within a group of people. Because they want to preserve group harmony, they may make irrational decisions. So a group that is undergoing groupthink may have close-mindedness or may overestimate the group's ability. The members of a group in groupthink may also perform self-censorship. That means in order to protect the harmony of the group, they stop suggesting things that may be controversial, or they stop pointing out some potential problems with the strategies that they want to engage in. And as a result, the entire project may fail. So with an ENTJ in the group, it is less likely that the group may undergo groupthink, which is potentially dangerous for a group. Number 4. So an ENTJ is also good for last minute challenges. So if you have an ENTJ in your team and you have a last minute challenge, then assign this challenge to the ENTJ. Well, take note of the word challenge, because a lot of other MBTI types can take last minute projects, last minute errands, as long as these projects and errands are still familiar to them. However, if something that is unfamiliar to them, most people will try to resist it, especially when it's last minute. But the ENTJ may be most likely to take up the challenge. Well, personally, I hope that my ENTJ episodes have given you some insight into the ENTJ as a real person and not the textbook ENTJ that you know of. Even though a real ENTJ can behave like a textbook ENTJ at times. And if you are a new viewer in our channel, welcome. Besides doing MBTI, we also do psychological principles. We have a lot of psychology related videos in our collection. So do consider subscribing and watching our other videos. Well, I hope that you have found this very short episode very meaningful and useful. And I look forward to see you in my next episode. Goodbye!